Yo, what up, though? What is good? I'm gonna have to move everything this way. Something is going on with my camera right here. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'll check it out sooner than later. What up, though? I'm trying to make sure I ain't got no ticking or nothing like that going on. So let me do some changes right here. I'm gonna move everything to this screen and then move everything out. All right. Because I don't know what's going on. Salute everybody. What's up? Let me just get some technical issues out the way. For some of y'all may not know, they finally opened up the Plex movie store. Is this? Let me see. No, this is good. So it's a little bit better. I don't know. I think it's something going on with StreamYard, because when I'm on other platforms, I don't have any problem. So hopefully y'all can hear me. What up, though? What is good? This camera is not as good as this one. I don't know. My AI camera is definitely acting up for whatever reason. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. Maybe it's upset with me. It got to be upset with me. Hold up, y'all. I don't know. Just a mini lag. That's the only problem, man, when you start connecting up these other devices. What up, though? What's good? Let me see if I can get it back to working. Hold up, y'all. No, I don't want no extra camera. I want to change the setting. Let's see. Maybe she mad at me or something. I don't know. Yeah, you see how I don't know. It's doing too much ticking. There's something going on with this camera. I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on with it, because we definitely can't have that. Camera costs too much for it to be acting up like this. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead, go over here to this one. And we'll make it happen with that one, right? So I just want to make sure. We'll make it happen with that, but I don't know. What's up? What is up? I definitely want to talk to y'all. Salute to everybody. Don't forget to smack that thumbs up. It's getting a little crazy out here. Let me do this. For some of y'all who may not know, and I'll put the link. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though, Jolly? Rich, I see y'all up in here. All right. But I'm going to drop the link. Y'all can take a look at it yourself. The rentals are starting off at $4. They say they're only doing US as of right now. But let me go ahead and share this screen with you and get it going. So let me do a share screen. Here we go right here. All right, so here it is right here. Plex.tv. Plex.tv/rentals. All right. So the store is now open. The crazy thing, I mean, it's just, it looked like it's a plain website, nothing too thrilling or anything like that. But they got, where you can go into your own media server. So they do have that for people who have their own server. But here it is. You can chop all the new releases right here. So if I click on that, and then it'll make me go sign into my server, which I can do that right now. You go on over there. And as you see it, so when you click on it, it should give you a price saying if you get it from them, it's $20.99. You can still see everything up in here, which is kind of smooth. All right. Wonka, probably $20.99 as well. And then, of course, you can see the synopsis and everybody that is in the video. All right. Let me go back. So they look like they got a host of movies. Depending on what it is, like The Nun. Let's see how much they charging for The Nun. The Nun that came out last year in 2023 is only $6 to rent. All right. So that's pretty good. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. I ain't rented no movies in so long. What else? Are these all the rentals? Right here, ISS, which I have on. This one is $20. All right. So maybe this is this everything as far as movies? Can't be. Cannot be. Let me go on back up. They give you can shop rental. Let me see. Let me just do that again. Shop rentals. Okay. All right. So it gave me the whole, maybe that was just new releases or something like that. But at the top right here, you got your new releases. When you scroll across, so like you can definitely see exactly what it is as far as rentals, and they give you the rental category. So if I hit Cobweb, it's $6. So they look like they're a little bit all over the place. But they got some most popular Indiana Jones, The Hangover. Let's see how much the Terminator is. So that one is $4, and you know this came out in 1984. So you know they got some license to some older films, as you see right here, some horror movies. Let me see. Let's see, like Scary Stories. How much is that? All right, so that's $4. So it looked like they giving you a little bit of a range where you can see. Let's see if they got some good horror movies. Like, I don't know. Look pretty simple, as you see right here. But the categories are, of course, you got your new releases, you got your most popular, right? You got your horror section, then you got your romance, drama, adventures. All of this is probably $4. Family, comedy, fantasy, westerns. So some of y'all who have your grandparents, y'all love the westerns, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Sci-fi, descriptive audio. All right. Don't know what the descriptive audio is. Couldn't tell you, but they got that as a category. Mystery and war. All right. Also, this is kind of useful when you're setting up your own library. All right. These are some of the things you can do and actually categorize over here. If that's what you want to do, you can do whatever you want when it comes to Plex. It's really up to you. All right, let me look at family, see what all they got. Polar Express. We got Clifford. Clifford probably $4 too. Yep, $4. So Clifford is $4. All right. So I mean, they got some stuff up in here, which is not bad. Salute to Plex. they trying to, I guess hey, look, there ain't nothing wrong with making money, right? There's nothing wrong with making money. Let's see how much the Joker. Now, if the Joker is $4, I know something. It is $4. All right. And this was a great, great film. I have this one right into my my 4K DC films. So this is a good thing, like I said, that you can start it your own, you know, and get everything going. I mean, this is probably mine's right. No, this is not mine. This is theirs. Let me see this movie right here, Shattered. Let me see if this is a part of them. Nope, that's something on my server. This movie was so good, man. It came out in 2007, Shattered. It was directed by Mike Barker. One hell of a twist, man. I'm telling you, real, real good. It was a B-side movie. Again, it's called Shattered. I think they had it as another name, but in the United States, it's Shattered. Again, 2007. It's a drama crime thriller. Very, very good. One of my favorite films. So it looked like they mix it up, you know, with your own personal server. All right. Which is, I think they should keep it separate, you know. But it lets you know Roku, Samsung, Vizio, Android TV, LG, Hisense, TCL. I'm going to look at the full list of, because I'm quite sure Apple is on here. All of that. So you got Amazon Fire TV, Android Mobile, Android TV. You got Apple TV, version 8.29 or newer. So, you know, if you got the latest Apple TV, you good. iOS devices, 8.29 or newer. PlayStation, the web, Safari. So if you use Safari on your Mac device or your Apple device, you should be good to go. Other browsers and operating system combination may also allow playback. So if you use some type of different browser, Opera, God dang. Opera, some of y'all use, you know, I'm quite sure Chrome and play it. So you should be good on that end right there. Roku, Smart TV, LG, Samsung, Vita, well, Hisense. So it should play on your Hisense, and Vizio and Xbox. So look like it got quite a few that you can do on your rental, as you see right there. And you can, you know, add payment and complete your rental. So you can do this. You can probably scan this barcode or just go right here and put in your information, and you'll see it right here. Which is, I mean, solid. This looked the very same way like the Google Play or the Google TV. You know, you got everything right there. So they let you know what it is for anybody that may have a problem. But I know for a lot of us, we're not going to do it, you know, because we don't need to. All right. We definitely don't need to. But it's pretty solid. They got some questions. You get to keep the rentals for 30 days, guys. All right. So if you rent, you have 30 days. Can you download the rental? I don't believe so. I think it's up in the cloud. Sorry, rentals can't be downloaded. But here's good news. You can watch your rental right from your Plex app on almost all your favorite devices. It says, can I rent directly from my TV? And you should be able to, depending on your television. All right. Are rentals ad free? Absolutely. So as of right now, unlike, you know, Amazon, Netflix, and all of that, if you get one of their movies, they are ad free. All right. So that's pretty good. Do rentals have subtitled language support? Yes, they do. Who do I talk to about billing questions. I'm quite sure you can send an email or something. All right. For billing issues, feel free to contact. You would just click on this little orange lettering right there. All right. I'm rocking on, he say, I'm rocking a personal media server. Who can access my rentals? Only you. Rentals are not available for other home members to play. Only the admin. So if it's you, you know, that's good. So say if you have you the main account, you the admin account, and your daughter, your kid, you know, your kid may have it. You may tell them to create their own, and you just add them to their server. They won't be able to watch it. All right. They won't be able to watch. All right. What is my question is not listed here? Then I'm quite sure you can go to right here, this little link that's orange right here. Rental frequent ask questions. So, I mean, it's all right. I'm not going to lie. It's all right. You know, something that they added and people may go to it. You know, at the end of the day, as a business and you trying to grow your business. All right. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm not going to even lie to you. I salute them for even trying, you know, to come up with another plan. But it's a lot of competition out here. And depending on what you like, it is what it is. It just depends on what you like. All right. Depends on what you like. Let me go back into StreamYard. Let me drop this down. What up, though? What up, though? But this is one of them things where if you find something, you know, maybe you got a movie and they say, no, you can't download it, then this is where you can have your capture. I'm not telling you to do it, but there are ways around it. You know, email me. They got research, you know, or you can research it yourself and then go from there. What up, though? What up, dude? What up, though? But what up, though, Butcher? I see you up in here. You tapped in. Hope all is well. Let me move up. Damn, all capitals, I'm rostered. What are they charging for new flicks? And are they 4K 2160? You could treat it like a Kaleidoscape, and can you download? All right, so I just answered some of them questions and added. Nope, you cannot add this to your collection or none of that. If you want to add it, then you're gonna have to figure out a way to record it. You know, I didn't see too many new movies up in here, and I'm gonna go back and check and see. I don't know what's going on with my cameras. I might have to. It seems like ever since I plugged this one up, this one right here. Let me do this. I unplugged it, but I don't know. It's tripping ever since I plugged this one up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I mean, I'm looking at it. Let me do this. Let me add it back. So let me go into new releases. This is all they have for their new releases as of right now. Aquaman, Wonka, Dream Scenario, Barbie, The Beekeeper, The Color Purple, ISS, Silent Night, which was some bull crap. I gave that one about 30 minutes and I turned it off. Freelance, Ferrari, Mission Impossible, Paw Patrol, Anatomy of a Kill, Expendables, John Wick, The Boys on the Boat, Priscilla, The Painter, Bottom, Saw, None, Blue Beetle, Eileen, The March Kings. What's this? Night. The Night They Came Home. Which Brings Me to You. The Waitress, Sunrise, Race for Glory, Cobweb, Immediate Family, What's that? Cold copy. Somewhere Quiet, The Bastard Sons. What's that? Some Other Hood. Lola. What's that? Marmalade. Here for Blood. And The End We Start From. So those are the only new releases that they have as of right now. And then you go into like the most popular, right? You can click on here and see what are the most popular. And it seems like, let me just see something. So if I click on Inception, I don't know what format does it come, 1080. I don't know which one it comes in. Oh, it just comes in HD. That is it. It looks like it comes in HD. That's what they say. I don't see no Ultra HD. I don't see Blu-ray. I don't know. So HD can be what, 720 or 1080. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. What up, though, Top Cat? Salute, baby. Big salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the love. Thank you, love. Appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Any questions? Yeah, no 4K yet. No 4K yet. None, not so. Lady J, what's up, baby? How you doing? Hope all is well on your end. I'm having some technical issues right now. Ever since I tried to plug up my, my more expensive camera, I don't know. Something is triggering my camera. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna definitely have to figure it out because there's no way I'm gonna be paying for these cameras and things are not working properly. Because I'm doing this little ticking. I don't like that. What up, Benjamin? How you doing? So it's crazy. Yeah. I'm trying to see if I'm still doing it. It's a little bit of ticking. I don't know. I'm trying. Let me see if my other camera will act right since I unplugged this camera behind me. Cause I don't know. It's tripping. No, I don't know what's going on with it. So I'm gonna just leave it alone for right now. It is what it is. What up, though? What is good? Trying to see any questions on that Plex. I know a lot of y'all. Let me look at my let me look at the poll. Oh, so some people said yeah, they used the rental. Yeah, they 11%, but 90 or overwhelming number, almost 90% is at 89% says heck, because a lot of y'all got your own media server. So that's pretty cool. What up, though, Real? What is good? Brandon, I send you the link if you're ready. See, Oliver say, Dale, there's a new firmware that just came out on the Insta360 link. Yeah, I'm going to have to try it out because something is triggering. But the crazy thing is it was doing it on this camera as well, which is, I don't know, it's doing it a little bit. It got to be something with my computer, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But I'm going to check it out, though. See, Oliver, thanks. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out. If you start a movie and stop it, if you need to watch it within 48 hours or you pay again to watch. Not if you start a movie and stop it, you would need to watch it. Nope, they said you got 30 days with this one, Miss Gail. They said you got once you buy it, you have 30 days to watch it. Yeah. They say you got 30 days to watch it. And so that's always a good thing. You got 30 days to watch. So as of today, but we all know changes happen all the time. But if we D Johnson, big salute. Big salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Huff. I done remember Huff, I done had all type of I don't have OBS with 2-3 cameras. I always kept quite a bit of cameras connected, but for some reason I don't know. Something is triggering. I just got to get behind the scene. Salute D Johnson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I always had multiple cameras. I always had multiple cameras. It's just that on this one, the Instant 360, once I got that one, then we was good to go. Yep. So D Johnson, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you hear me, Brandon?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? All right, give me a second.
Your audio is out.
Hello?
Still nothing. Yep, still nothing. I can't hear you on my end. Say something again.
Hello?
There you go.
It
There you
worked?
go. Yep, I hear you now.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
I checked in StreamYard and StreamYard was hearing me. The little little bar.
Yeah. Yep. We good to go now.
Cool. Let me put my camera in 1080p. There we go. Now it should look better.
Yeah. I probably need to restart my computer. I ain't restarted this computer in I don't know how long. Yup. So we are good. So you say you been messing around with your Zidoo, or
Yeah,
you
just
just
oh go ahead, go ahead.
no you been messing around with it, or
Yeah, I just updated it today because they had a new beta firmware come out.
yeah, I
And
heard
I'm
about that.
on the I'm always on the latest and greatest with the Zidoo because usually nothing breaks. Like they
Mhm.
tend to test out their stuff, especially since they got the what do you call it, like the new generation with the new chip. I think it's like it's whatever the new chip is, that the Z9X Pro, the Z20, Z2600, like all their new stuff, they've been pretty reliable.
Okay.
But I just got that, and then I've been talking about, my server for the past, I think 2 or 3 streams now. That thing's running solid.
Yeah.
It's just been going.
What you got? What is your server? What you got? Another PC? You got a
Yeah, yeah.
what? Okay. I
It's
couldn't
just
remember if you. I ain't know if you got a NAS or not. I ain't know.
no, I'm using the computer as a NAS
Yeah.
because I have 2 drives in there, and I made them mirror it so that way, if one drive goes out, the other one should be fine. It's literally a NAS, except instead of like a dedicated thing that a company makes specifically for that. I'm just
Mhm.
using a piece of software that literally just does that, but it runs on a regular computer. And aside from that, the whole since it's a powerful computer, it can do more than just be a NAS. So that's why I have it. I like having like if I can do multiple things with one thing, I tend to do that as long as it's good. And this server has been real nice to me so far.
Shit, that's what's up. That's how
So
it's supposed to be.
And the setup wasn't that hard. It was more than the Zidoo, because on the Zidoo you just gotta put the file on a hard drive, put it on a USB drive, whatever, plug it in, tells Zidoo where the stuff is, and it just does it.
Mhm.
The server is more like, you gotta install it first, then you gotta decide what you want it to be. Do you want it to just be a NAS? Do you want it to also be a Plex server? Do you
Mhm.
want to run like a Minecraft server? And then you look up different tutorials, just like everything else, and then everything just combines together.
Yeah, man, ain't nothing like it, man. Once you get it going, it's good to go. But I'm just showing y'all some to do. So for anyone that's new, that's out here, these are Zidoo media players right here, and these are some very nice devices for running your media library. So if you got movies, TV shows, you have music, pictures, this device can run it. But we really use this device just to showcase our movies and TV shows across and music across our network.
Mhm.
But it's pretty solid. And look what they done added. They done added the Dune HD Pro 8K Plus.
Can it
This
play
is
8K?
Yeah, this is the device that I got from I believe I got it from I sent it back though, because I just don't like the user interface
Dang,
and stuff like that. But
I didn't
um
know about that. That's powerful.
yeah, at least they say it is. All right. But I think I had this one with the because this one right here you can put a SSD up in there and do your thing and stuff like that. So it looked like that's what they added to their collection, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But it looked like they done added what's this Eversolo. So
Oh, that. Uh, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So Zidoo is like a daughter company of. I don't know the big, it's like the what do you call it? Like the conglomerate name is, but Zidoo is basically one piece of this conglomerate, and then Eversolo is all of their audio gear. So
Mm,
like stuff if you want to play like high resolution music and stuff like that.
yeah. So you see, they doing mini PCs. Remember, this wasn't here when we used to go up in here. At least I didn't see it. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I
I
think they
think,
just
yeah.
yeah they just added this for people. And the thing about it, let me do this because I know we're talking about Zidoo. I will put this one in the for anybody that wanna uh check this out. I'll put the link right there. Y'all can check this out. This is where Brandon and myself ordered these our boxes because they wasn't on Amazon as of yet. Now you can get a few of these boxes right now for Amazon. And like I said, we love the Zidoo. Uh, like I said, if you go with the Dune, you got to be somebody that's willing to. I just think the user interface is not as friendly. Once you figure it out, I think you will be good. But sometimes you just want to get in and go from there. So, but this is see how many Dunes they got. They got the one Dune ever solo. So this is more audio.
Like you'll see they can get pretty expensive. Like that DMP A8 that just came out right around 3 weeks ago.
Hmm.
And that basically is, so basically you can put music on it, like you can put a hard drive in it. You can
Hmm.
stream from a NAS. You can stream from Spotify or Tidal or like basically any what you call it, any kind of high resolution streaming service. And it also runs Android. So I think you can put like I think it itself can act as like a music server for your house. Kind of like what are those things called? A Sonos? Like you can play music all around your house. Like you can get a bunch of those because they have cheaper ones, and you can make
A big old
like
hub,
a
a big old,
yeah.
yeah,
But but that one thing is expensive. But
woo,
that's audio gear. Period.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, I got the DAC Z6. What was it like a year and a half ago? And it this sounds good,
Hmm.
but that's not something you need unless like you're like die hard about music.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, these are nice though. They actually they selling the remote for $68, but if you go on Amazon, you can get it for 40. And this is a Bluetooth remote control
Yeah,
for this. Yeah.
I bought that like 3 weeks after because I got the Xenon X Pro, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is the only one that doesn't come with the Bluetooth remote. But I like it. It
Mm-hmm.
you don't got to point it at the TV no more. But one thing I feel like would be good to know is that remote can be both a Bluetooth and IR remote at the same time. So like just because like let's say your TV or your soundbar for example doesn't support Bluetooth, you can make it like turn on the Zidoo with Bluetooth but use IR for everything else, which I thought
Yeah,
was interesting.
yeah, I like it. What's up, Cordelia? What's up, Jill? I ain't see you sneak up in here. Uh, oh, she said you have 30 days to start the movie when you buy it, but if you start to watch movie and stop it, you have 48 hours to finish watching the movie. Oh, I ain't know that. That seems a little bit different. Yeah, that seems crazy. That's crazy. That's why if you build your own server, you'll be good to go. Everybody at this time, everybody can build their own Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney. You can do all of that in today's technology, just
Dude,
using Plex
it'd probably be
or
better.
MB or Kodi, Jellyfin,
Mhm.
or Nova Video Player right inside your home. So you can use those services as well. Yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to hit this one. So definitely check that out or go over to Amazon. I guess I should have put this. Let me put this link in there again because somebody gonna forget. Hey Dale, what's that link? And I'll just do that right now. So you say you wanted to would you say you wanted to show them how to manage?
Yeah, because what I ended up doing was I basically reset my Zidoo to make it like when you first get it
Mm-hmm.
because things have changed when it comes to at least for my way of archiving the stuff I own. It's changed because things have gotten updated. So I thought I could go from like step one, meaning like you have the movie in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
all the way up to you select the movie on the Zidoo. And then if anyone's interested, I could pull up the server and show you how easy and how
Yeah,
consolidated everything is.
yeah, you can do it. Oliver, yeah, that Bluetooth remote will work on all Zidoo devices.
I think it'll even work on the older ones.
Hi.
I said I think it'll even work on the older ones.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth. I don't see why not.
It'll probably work on the Dune. I don't know.
It'll work on the Nvidia Shield.
You just it's a Bluetooth remote.
Yeah,
So
it's a Bluetooth remote, so yeah, it can work on quite a few devices. I would even include the Fire TV sticks and the Cube.
mm,
Now, will all functions work? Probably not, but to go up, down, side to side, and all of that, typing a number, yeah, you should be good. You should be good. But if you get the remote, get it on Amazon. It's cheaper.
oh, and that remote pretty much never goes on sale. It's been $39 forever.
Hmm. I don't know.
Sometimes they put the Zidoo. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say not on that Fateko or Takeo website.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What up, Biggs? What's good? Chariot, what up, though? CMG, what's good? Shit. I should open up the panel. I should open. I'm gonna wait for you though. I'm gonna wait for you to do your thing.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, you can start. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah,
Let me go ahead and present my screen.
yeah.
Whole screen. There we go. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I'm about to bring it up right now. All right, so this is a presentation that Brandon is getting ready to show y'all, and it is look. Let's get this out the way. It's more than one way to get to your media. All right, he's showing you the way that works for him, and there are other ways. There are plenty of ways that you can set up your server, but this is Brandon. This is his setup. Because I don't want nobody coming in and saying, "Oh, well, why he doing it like that?" Hey, it works for him. All right, and as long as he can see his information, his data, he's good. He's good on my end too. All right, so had to get that out the way, Brandon. I don't want nobody coming in. Why you doing that?
No, that's all good.
Yeah, so
All right. So let's start with you got your disc, so your Blu-ray movie, and you gotta turn it into what an MKV, or you can be like me and turn it into a .iso, which is just the whole disc, so you can do menus and stuff. So most of everybody uses MakeMKV. So oh, I have two drives connected, so I'll just let it detect one. So when you plug in your drive and you put the disk in, MakeMKV will read it and then it'll pop this up. So the label's gonna be probably like the title of your movie. In this case, I'm about to rip Gran Turismo. That was a really good movie, but yeah. So once you do that, you press that big button. It goes through the process. It probably won't be that fast for everybody, just depending on drive speeds and things like that. But usually, once you do that, it'll pull up this list. And usually, what you want to find is it'll say main feature, or it'll say um, like main movie feature, something like that. You'll know. And it's also the biggest one. I usually like to go to the ones that have chapters. So you can see this one has 16 chapters. And all that means is when you go on the Zidoo, you can actually go to different like chapters in the movie. So let's say there's like a big explosion towards the middle of the movie. You can go to that chapter and it'll play like it'll play perfectly. If you do the one that doesn't have chapters, then it's just one straight file. And, there's no clear separations between anything. Now, you could just rip it just like this. So just check the box and then press make MKV over here. But that usually makes things way too big, especially because, especially in America, there's a bunch of audio tracks that a lot of people don't even use and they take up a lot of space. So what I do is I press this little down arrow right here, right by where it says main feature. And your audio right here where it says True HD Surround 7.1 English, that's your Dolby Atmos. It says right here, True HD Atmos. So this is the one where if you have like an AVR, like an AV receiver, and you have a whole Atmos set up, you're gonna want this one. DTS HD MA surround, that's just basically regular surround um outside of Atmos. So this isn't Atmos, but it's basically just surround before we had Atmos. So what I do is I find the English track. I usually do the DD, which is Dolby Digital Surround 2, because it's easier to transcode the regular surround to like a phone or a tablet or something than Atmos. So it just it's less resources. So I like doing that. And then what I used to do was I would go in here and I would uncheck every single one of the checkboxes for stuff I don't want. So I don't speak French or Italian or Spanish. So I would manually go in here and uncheck these. Now, for this specific movie, it wouldn't be that much work because it's something like 6 checkboxes. But I've had movies that will have like they'll have like 6, 7, 8 different languages, and they'll be repeated because usually it'll be like multiple Dolby Atmos, multiple DTS, and it'll be like 30 checkboxes. And that's a lot of time to go in here and have to click on each one of these. But one thing I recently learned in MakeMKV is if you go to this or this gear icon up here, you can go to language. And if you set your interface language to English and you set your preferred language to English, it'll be ENG. I'll click apply. And if I go ahead and restart MakeMKV and I go back in here, if I do that same exact thing, it'll automatically uncheck everything except English for me. So I no longer have to manually go in and uncheck all of the languages I don't speak, which for me is a huge thing because that means I can quickly either just turn this movie into an ISO file without any kind of extra work, or I can rip it to an MKV without any extra work. This PGS down here is really important for me personally because it's subtitles. So especially for movies like Avatar or movies where there are people that speak like an alien language or they speak Spanish in some parts, you're gonna want to have subtitles or else when you're watching the movie, it like it'll just switch to like an alien language or Spanish or whatever and you won't be able to understand it. Now you want to make sure if you want subtitles that you get the PGS and then whatever language, usually it's English, and especially remember to get the PGS, whatever language it is, forced only. Because what that does is it gets the regular subtitles for the entire movie, but it also gets the ones where if there's like 5 seconds in the entire movie where there's another language spoken, it'll force those subtitles to show up for those 5 seconds, and then they'll automatically turn off when it's back to English or whatever it is. So these two are checked. Um, I got my 16 chapters, my Dolby Atmos, my regular Dolby Surround. Everything's good. If you click over here to this little folder icon, you're gonna pick where you want to save the MKV. I'll just put it on my desktop. And then because I have MakeMKV in advanced mode, it'll make me do or it'll let me look at all this stuff. Yours won't usually look like this. It'll just look like this and you won't have a little selection. But I like putting it in, oh sorry, it's expert mode because it'll let me name the file from here. So I don't have to rip it and then rename it later. I can just do everything from this one program, and when I press Make MKV, I can just rip it to my computer and then transfer it over to my server.
Yeah.
So the that's how
Hold
you
up,
would do it.
hold up, Brandon. Um, Make MKV is a ripper. So it's a DVD, Blu-ray, and Ultra HD. It's a disc ripper. So it is a program that we use um, when we have an optical drive. Basically, a burner drive. You got to get the one that's compatible with your computer. And I know mine's is what is yours? What is yours, Brandon?
Is my camera back on?
Yeah, I see you. But
Okay,
you
so
disconnected your
oh
window.
yeah, because I was about to pull up my drive. I gotta find it. Give me a second.
Yeah, man, mine's is boxed up. Mine's because I was down here doing some things,
It's
man.
somewhere, but what I have is because I have two drives. Because I usually like to, because ripping one 4K disc usually takes like an hour, and
Yeah,
you can do two at one time. So
yeah.
I like doing that. So the one I have
Is it
is,
Pioneer or is
yeah.
it LG?
Well, I have both a Pioneer and an
And
LG.
LG, yeah,
But
yeah.
let me go ahead and share my screen again, and I'll go on Amazon right quick.
And so for anybody, and the reason I slowed him down because I know, rather I know I get an email like because everybody don't like to talk in the chat. They'll send an email, but MakeMKV is a ripping program. It is a free ripper. You go out and buy the disc, whether it's a DVD, Blu-ray, Ultra HD. You go out there and buy it, and as long as you got the compatible drive, so definitely do some research. Plus, he's going to show you his. Mine's is packed up in one of these boxes, and all you do is connect it as a USB. Connect it to your computer. You go into MakeMV, you put that disc in there, insert
Mhm,
the disc into the drive, right? And
mhm,
MKV will read that drive just like what you saw him doing. And then that's when you can go ahead and make your options. If you want the full, if you want to make it an ISO, or do you just want the movie only? And
mhm.
again, the ISO with the way he do his ISO, he make it look like whenever you go to the Zidoo, it look is a spitting image of what you would get when you connect it to any type of DVD, what you call a DVD or a
Player?
player, Blu-ray player or Ultra HD player. It will
Okay.
look very, very just like that. And you know, he do it where you can go behind the scenes and get the extras and all of that. I'm not saying you have to do it, it's an option. Some people like that. They and ever since Brandon showed it, I got emails that when people actually said, "Man, thank you for bringing Brandon on. I didn't know how to do it. Now I'm ripping the whole disc and I'm showing it off." You know, so and you can do the same thing. All right. So again, make him KV. You got to get that. You can Google search that. Make MakeMKV. KV. All right.
Mhm.
All right, so now that's the program you're gonna add to your computer.
Yep, it's just makemkv.com. They got a big green download button over here.
Yep. So we just have to make it clear that way everybody who's new will catch on.
Mhm.
And let me say you this: it is legal. It's legal in the United States. I can't talk about no other country. It's legal in the United States that you can burn when you go and buy that disc. You can burn it for personal use only.
Mhm.
All right. This ain't meant for you to rip it and go on, do your thing and all of that. It's for personal use only. All right. And in the United States, you can rip your own Ultra HDs and take it with you on a flight if that's something what you want to do, or you can just burn it to a flash drive and take it with you. However you want to do it, but you can burn your disc in the United States. I don't know about any other countries. All right.
So this is my preferred ripping drive, but the reason why I'll tell you not to get this one is because A, it's expensive, and B, because Pioneer likes to update the firmware on their drives periodically, and they just recently updated the firmware to where this drive no longer works with MakeMKV. So even if you buy one, it probably won't work with MakeMKV because they updated the firmware. Now, if you've had one for a while, then they still work. And I
Yeah.
got lucky because I bought from a specific seller on Amazon that like I chatted with them personally because Amazon has a chat feature, and they said they would send me one that was on a previous version of the firmware, but they couldn't guarantee stock because they're constantly running through these drives.
Yeah.
So the
Don't
second drive, oh, go
if
ahead,
you
son.
got if you got one, Brandon is telling you, Do not update it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't
Don't do it.
don't
That's
update.
if you got one, and you have it, don't go on there updating the firmware. Keep it as is. If you don't trust it, put it on a computer that doesn't have internet. That way you ain't got to worry about none of that and you can still rip it. All right.
Mhm.
So don't update it. Y'all heard Brandon tell you I think this is the one I have, the Pioneer one.
Yep.
So
And Pioneer, um, they're what am I trying to say? There are basically only two companies that still make optical drives for like almost any like DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever, and it's Pioneer and LG. Even if you see like another company, like if you just look up Ultra HD Blu-ray drive, that's an LG. This one, you wouldn't think it's an LG, especially because it's probably going to say, yeah, Archgon. But all that is a Chinese company that chose to take this drive right here and put it in their own enclosure and charge 25 more dollars for it. That's pretty much it. Pretty much every single drive you'll see, especially on Amazon, it's either going to be an LG or a Pioneer. And it's been well documented that Pioneer drives tend to last longer and they're also better at reading damaged discs.
yes, yep.
So, especially with DVDs, it's very easy to scratch a DVD. And with the LGs like this one, it's a very good drive, and I think it's well worth the money you would pay for it. But it can be particular with certain discs, especially if you have a Blu-ray that is scratched. Even if it's scratched a little bit, I've had a Blu-ray that had like the most like the smallest scratches on it because it rubbed up against a piece of paper, I think. And they were very small scratches that you couldn't even notice unless you like put it in the light a certain way. And the LG straight up would not read it. Like it acted like nothing was even in the drive. And it would constantly try to read it over and over and over again. And then it would just give up and then restart that process. This Pioneer, again, you shouldn't buy them now because as of now, they don't work with MakeMKV. The developer of MakeMKV is working on trying to get it to work, but he said it could take a really long time because Pioneer is good at what they do. And they apparently don't like people using their drives for ripping. I don't know why, because what else would you do with the drive? But
Right.
um this Pioneer that I have, it has read every single disc. Now, granted, if you give it a super scratched up disc, it'll take a longer time to read it. But I've straight up given this thing like old PS1 games because I was trying to rip PS1 games to put on my phone, and PS1 games they are very easy to scratch, especially back in the day people didn't take care of their games like they used to. So I've put like a super scratched up version to where you could bear like it wasn't even shiny anymore. It was so scratched up, it was almost like matte. And the Pioneer, it took a long time to read it, but it read it and it gave me a perfect copy. So I love pretty much all Pioneer drives, but these LGs are they work out the box, or this one works out of the box with MakeMKV. You don't have to do anything to it. You just plug it in. The only thing I don't like about LG drives, and it's not going to show me, but the port on them on the back is like an old school USB 3.0 cable port. I Let me show you what it looks like. And USB B 3.0 cable. It looks like one of, or no, it'd be USB micro B. There we go. It looks like this right here. It has that weird end on it. And these cables are pretty difficult to find unless you just go on Amazon and buy them. Like this one is only 6.49. But what I have the most of, especially nowadays, is USB-C cables. And pretty much all of the new Pioneer drives, it's not going to show me on here either. All the newer Pioneer drives just run off a USB-C cable. So you can go to Best Buy, Walmart, Probably not Dollar Tree because their cables aren't,
Yeah,
But
definitely.
go pretty much anywhere you can find a USB-C cable, and you can just plug it up. With the LGs, you gotta have a specific cable, but this will let you today rip your Ultra HD Blu-rays. Now, I think C. Oliver was in the chat talking about the forums for MakeMKV, and they are very nice
Yeah.
for telling you exactly what drives work. So the one I just showed you is this one, the BP60 MB10. And as you can see, it's an official UHD drive, which means LG made that drive specifically to read Ultra HD Blu-rays, and it tells you exactly how long it would take to rip. Um, as you can see right here, BD66 just means a Blu-ray disc that holds 66 gigabytes. So all of your blockbuster movies, all of your um like romance, basically everything that's not Marvel or like massive huge movies like Avatar or Gran Turismo will be on this disc. So, if you have one of those, take about 45 minutes. BD100, as you can probably assume, means that disk holds 100 gigabytes. So that's what the new Avatar's on, Gran Turismo, um, Oppenheimer's on BD100. And of course, that's more data. So that's going to take a little longer, an hour and 5 minutes. But as you can see, all of these drives are officially tested by the developer to work with MakeMKV. Now, the ones that say UHD official ish or UHD friendly do require some extra work because the ones that are not official out of the box will not read Ultra HD Blu-rays, which is an important distinction. If you just want a quick plug and play, get one of these that says UHD official. The official ish um, still won't read them out the box, and the friendly ones won't. Now, the process to change one of these drives or to what's called flash one of these drives to make them read 4K discs isn't that difficult, but I'm not going to explain it because you have to like download a program. It depends on the drive, but it's not that difficult. So you could Google it, and it'll probably take you right here, and someone's probably already gone through all the work to flash it successfully. So as you can see, the developer isn't that good at updating their forum posts, but basically, uh, he posted this when it was discovered that Pioneer drives could work just out the box with MakeMKV, and then recently it came out most. Well, like I said before, most Pioneers come with new firmware that prevents them from being cross-flashed or downgraded, which is what I just talked about. So don't buy one for Ultra HD at this time because literally all of these drives were updated with the new firmware. Now, um, you can also, if you go here, there are people in here that will sell you a drive at a pretty okay, a pretty fair discount. And these, no matter what you buy from them, they are tested and they are also guaranteed to work with MakeMKV. So you can see this is the one, or this is the regular Blu-ray version of the drive I just showed you on Amazon. We got some Pioneers in here. And as you can see, they can get pricey. Like the cheapest one right here is $180. But if you have, a little bit of space in your desktop or whatever, this would be pretty decent. And they also, this guy in particular, Billy Car 11, will um, basically you email him what your drive is, and then he will send you a program that you literally just double click on, and it just flashes your drive automatically. You don't have to do anything, and then that's it. So you can pay him $25 and get a regular Blu-ray drive off Amazon. You could come. here and buy a drive straight from him. It'll be kind of expensive, or you could just get a regular, um, like an officially supported drive off Amazon. But I will say the officially supported drives are pretty high in demand, which is why I think the one I just showed you isn't available right now, or it's like not on Prime. Yeah, it's not on Prime, so it would take probably like a week to get to you. But yeah, so make MKV is done. We've made our MKV file. I think I've shown this before, but to make an ISO, all you would do is instead of pressing this big button, you would press this little folder icon with the little green arrow.
Mm.
Make sure. Oh, what'd you say?
No, I just said, yep.
Oh, okay. And then just check the box right next to decrypt video files. You'll put it wherever you want it. And what'll end up happening is, let's just make one like that. What'll end up happening is it won't make this an ISO. What it'll do is it will turn it into these two folders, a BDMV, a certificate, or three folders, sorry, BDMV, certificate, and MakeMKV. So after all this is done, I've already done it, so I'm going to stop it. After all this is done, you got everything situated. You can just move these over to the Zidoo. The Zidoo has no issues reading it like this. It will treat both of these folders like a regular Blu-ray disc because that's literally what this is. Like on a plain Blu-ray disc, this is what the movie studios put on that disc. But when you're talking about moving this to a hard drive or moving this to a NAS or something like that, computers have a very difficult time moving lots of files very quickly. So this BDMV file or folder, for example, can have up to like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 files. And that takes a very long time to move. It can turn like a 30-minute data transfer into like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So what I do is I take these two folders. The make MKV folder is not important, so I usually delete it. I take these two folders and I go into a program called Image Burn.
Hmm.
Right? What is it? Write or create image file from files and folders. It's a simple drag and drop right here into the source box. Destination. Click this little magnifying glass on the folder. Make a tell it where to put the ISO file, and then what you'd have to do is press this big button. It's self-explanatory. Like in the icon itself, you're taking folders, you're turning it into a disk.
Yep.
And if this is your first time doing this, it'll pull up this warning message. Image burn is basically just saying, "Hey, you're we detected that this is probably a Blu-ray disc. So do you want us to basically make the file to look like a Blu-ray disc?" You're gonna want to say yes. It's gonna give you this volume label. It's not that important. It doesn't affect anything. So I would just ignore it. Just press yes and then press OK. Now, for this one, it's going to happen in like 2 seconds because I didn't complete the entire process. But it'll literally just spit out a ISO. So this right here. And this is something you can drag and drop to your Zidoo. So you can do um what Dale showed you in the past, which is basically connecting a hard drive directly to your Zidoo and then turning on the Samba server. And then you've already shown this in the past, but it's just connecting to the IP of the Zidoo.
Yep.
This isn't the Zidoo, but it's similar enough. You literally just find folders, pick, usually you'd already have a movies folder, drag and drop the ISO. And you can either drag and drop the ISO straight in the movies folder, or you could separate your movies by folders.
Yep.
So, for example, Gran Turismo, I made its own folder, and I ripped an MKV, and I also ripped
Nice.
it as an ISO file. This is basically just wasting space, but I just did it for like demonstration purposes because The ISO file works exactly the same as the MKV, and as you can see, these files are very big. So together, these files are 157 gigs. One
God,
of them is the MKV is 78 and the ISO is 79.7. So yeah, pick one or the other. If you just want the regular movie, just do MKV. If you want everything on the disc, do the ISO. But don't do this because this is just basically wasting space. But I did it for demonstration purposes. And the Zidoo also in its newest update um does very does a very cool thing automatically that it used to not. So I have my Zidoo hooked up to OBS. Here it is. Let me put it in full screen for you. So where's my Zidoo remote? Let's see.
you like me? Shit, I be losing. Look, I went and got a case, man, because we got so many remotes. Brandon, you might have to do like I do.
I might or just hook up
Look,
a keyboard or something.
here it is.
Cause
Just
I
get
spent
you.
like 30 minutes setting all this up and I didn't think, oh, maybe I should get the remote. Make sure I don't lose the remote.
Shit, man. I went and got a case and called it today. Man, I kept losing those, dropping remote controls and everything. So yeah, you'll lose that remote quick. And the thing
What?
about it, it'd be
Oh,
right
okay.
there next to you.
That's where it was, right on top of the Zidoo, right next to me. All right. So again, you got everything set up for your like wherever you're storing your movies. How I just stored the movies is my way of doing it. It's very efficient because you just after you're done with MakeMKV, you literally drag and drop. There's no renaming, there's no nothing. But now, let's say you just got a Zidoo, or let's say you're upgrading your Zidoo, or you lost all your movies because a hard drive fails because you didn't back it up. That's important. You got to back up your stuff. But let's say that. So when you go into Home Theater 4.0 for the very first time, it'll look like this. Now, if you don't care about changing it to Spanish or French or something, you don't care about parental controls or anything like that, just go down here and press OK. There's no reason to go into these complicated menus and go up in here. They don't matter. Now, if you care about parental controls, you can go in here. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it'll take too long to explain. So you press OK, and it takes you to this empty screen. First things first, you go to open sources. Now, if you have a hard drive that's just connected up, you got a USB drive, something like that, that's connected directly to the Zidoo. Once you hit add source, it'll literally show you like a USB drive connected. So I can plug up a USB drive and it should detect it.
And while you doing that, Russell said, what version of MS Burn or does it not matter? I don't believe it matters.
It doesn't really matter when
Yeah,
you
MS Burn.
here. I'll go to a website because I did that for MakeMKV. It's just imageburn.com. Should be. Yep. You click download up here. Here, I'll zoom in. Click download right here, and you'll have these are mirror links. All that means is image burn is provided by up to 7 different servers. Because depending on where you down or depending on where you are in the world, it could be faster to download from a specific server. I usually like to go to the one that says Major Geeks because a lot of these other websites have a lot of ads, and I don't like ads. So you can just follow me, go to Major Geeks, press the big orange download now button, just like that. It'll start in 5 seconds. Download right there. Boom, you're done. Click on that. Go through the process. You're done. The newest version is 2.5.8.0. I don't think like you'd have to go out of your way to download an older version. So just download it from here. Your version will be the same as mine, and the instructions will be you'll be able to follow the instructions perfectly fine. So let me go back to um, the Zidoo, and as you can see, my USB drive showed up. There's nothing on it, but this is literally what it'll be. The Zidoo will pop up USB in its name. You would click on it, you press scanning, and you press start scan. Now, if there were folders on this, it would once you click on it, it would let you go into a specific folder just in case you didn't want to scan an entire drive. But this USB is empty. So, yep, but let's say we're trying to connect to our own server, our own NAS, our own Samba server, something like that. So, that this is mine right here, but I already set this up. So let's say, hey, what if I don't know my IP address? Because that's a really important thing to know. With Zidoo, you can click on SMB, which stands for Samba, and it will automatically scan your entire network for every single Samba server it can find. So if you have your NAS that is running a Samba server, which it most likely will, because a lot of a lot of NAS companies, like when you tell it to share something, it'll automatically create a Samba server. These two are computers that are running on my network that I can access, but these two aren't my Samba share or Samba server because I have it hidden because I don't want anyone just connect to my network and find it. So this is mine. Um, the IP address is 10.0.0.94. Yours will most likely be like 192.168.0 dot something or 192.168.1 dot something. But on my network, I just like the look of like 10 dot whatever, especially because I'm always accessing computers, and it makes it much faster for me to access all my different stuff. So if I click here, it will automatically log me in because I've already logged in. On most NAS systems, they won't have a user name and password at the beginning. So that means you would literally type in the IP address and it would just instantly take you to this. If you've set up a username or password, the Zidoo will ask you for your username and password. And if you set it up, you should know your username and password. But after you do that, it'll take you to the server. Now, if you just enter in an IP address, it will take you to all of the shares for or that are on that server. So mine is called all the stuff because all of my stuff is in this folder. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So you go in here, go to your share, and my movies are in the folder movies. I click on there, and now this is going to list out every single movie folder that's in this folder, or every single movie that's in this folder. Sorry, I only have Gran Turismo, so that's fine. We're going to click OK, and this screen is going to pop up. Now, if you have movies or you have TV shows and you trust the Zidoo, which you should, it's a very nice device, you can leave all this alone. What I tend to do to make things easier for me personally, like I said, you don't have to do this, but for me personally and my personal experience, if you change where it says this directory contains and you put it on movies or TV shows, and the source doesn't really matter. But if you change this one thing up here, at least for me, it makes a lot of my matches a lot more accurate. Like I said, you don't have to do it, but if you change that one setting, it could literally change the way you deal with your Zidoo because especially if you have like 100, 200, like a lot of files, a lot of movies, TV shows, whatever, if even 50 of them are either completely unmatched or they match with something out of this world, like I've had stuff match like a French movie, it was weird. It's kind of hard to deal with 50 different files that are randomly assorted throughout your entire collection. If I can take care of this from the very beginning, before anything has a chance to go bad, I like to do that. But anyways, after you're done with all this, go and press start scan. Now, this is just a message telling you what's happening. You just press OK. If you have a lot of files, it could take a while. Um, When I had this thing filled up to the brim with like 1,000, 1,500 movies and TV shows, it took maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But again, it could be longer, it could be shorter, depending on your network, your hard drive, what computer it's running on, a whole lot of stuff. I say probably get, if you have a lot of stuff, give it a solid like probably hour, and make sure this says scanned, and make sure this does not say scanning, because if it says scanning, that means it's still in the process of matching all your stuff. If you start messing around with matches and you start renaming files or something like that, you could end up messing up like you can end up messing up the scanning system, and then you'll have to redo it. So once you start a scan, wait until it's finished and it says scanned. Now when we go back, as you can see now, Gran Turismo popped up. Now, in the perfect scenario, which happens like 95% of the time, it'll match correctly. It'll download a very high quality, nice photo, and you'll see the poster art is very high quality. It downloads the logo in the top left. It downloads the director, the cast, regular Zidoo stuff. Now, here is the automatic thing that I love that the Zidoo now does. So before, in one of my very first streams on here, I showed you how to manually name your file so that these little buttons pop up, like Blu-ray, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, whatever. Zidoo has now automatically decided, hey, your ISO file should be named Blu-ray and your MKV should be named HDR. Now, I personally love this. This is wonderful because that means I don't have to name my file specifically anymore. Now, for this specific movie, it did it, and I've tested it with about two or three other ones, and it worked perfectly fine. But what I would go ahead and do is I would go in here, I would just like name my files, just the title of the movie, title of the TV show, let it scan, and if it does this automatically, wonderful. If it doesn't, then you'll just go in and rename the file. Um, Basically, for Gran Turismo, it would be Gran Turismo, and then hashtag whatever you want it to be, or pound sign, whatever you want it the name to be, and then put that in parentheses, and then you would have to rescan the specific movie, and then it would show you these buttons. As you can see here, uh, this is all of the Zidoo. It did all this automatically, and as you can see, everything's detected correctly, everything's connected, and as long as you keep these files where they are, the Zidoo will have no issues accessing them. Um, so yeah, that's about it for the Zidoo and how I manage it, stuff like that.
Yeah. And so I just wanted y'all to see that again, because when you first did this, when you first did it, man, I mean, people was like thrilled because, um, of course, when you following me, I'm just going straight for the movie. But it was quite a few people that would love to get their setup like you had your setup, and so that was a beautiful. So we just wanted to bring it back. That way, people know what to do, how to do, where to get the material as far as the drive and what to look out for. So I think that was pretty solid. And thanks again, Brandon. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Any questions for Brandon? Cause sometimes Brandon they email me, hey man, hey Dale, can you ask? But one of these days we gonna get Brandon to start his own YouTube. He said he's thinking about it though. He said
Yeah,
he's thinking about it.
it's a lot of work.
Yup. So yup. Any questions for him? I'm thinking about doing the after party tonight. I don't know. What you think, Brandon?
I thought it was a scheduled event. I'm
Yeah,
always here for the after party.
the
Every
after
Friday,
party.
I'm ready.
It got a little crazy at the beginning last week.
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad, but yeah, it was. It was all right. It got a little crazy, but it's all good. It's all good.
Oh shoot, let me share my screen again because I forgot something.
Chris, I mean Chris, man, Charles say, how do you update these older Zidoos? You should be able to go into the about.
Yeah, I'll. Ooh, let me plug it back up. I just unplugged my capture card. Give me a second.
Big H say, let's do it. And for people who don't know what the after party is, we talk about many things, whether it's life, we talk about devices, we have fun, we talk about sports, whatever comes to mind, we usually talk about it back there. It's a Google chat. So, I usually create the Google chat and I can put it right out here on uh uh right out here on the chat. And also I put it inside of both of our Facebook groups, which is Streaming Outside the Line and DST. Just those DST. And then if y'all not a part of it, you know, just send me an email and I'll send you the link directly. But yeah, in about 10 minutes, yeah, we'll get it going. See, Oliver say, let's do it.
Can you see my screen?
Let me turn it back on. Yeah. Show Charles where to get the update if you can.
All right. So, when you start up your Zidoo,
Yep.
it's usually on the media center. You're just gonna go over to quick settings,
Yep.
go over to other, go all the way down where it says upgrade,
Yep.
update.
Yep.
Now, all you're gonna click is online update. Mine's gonna say your software's up to date because I just updated it. Now, if you want the newest of the new, you just check that box, receive the beta version. But I'm on the latest beta version too, so nothing's gonna happen. But if you just want something super stable, super reliable, um, uncheck that box, or the box will already be unchecked. But if you want the latest features that are still pretty stable, check that box, online update, and if it's available, then you'll see it'll say like downloading and then verifying, and then it'll install everything. It's a pretty automatic process. I've shown in the past, I forget what stream it was, about how to use a USB drive to update,
Mm.
because what that can let you do is it can put the Google Play Store on here um, like automatically, so you don't have to manually do it. So you can see up there where it says version, it says 1.0.75 underscore G. That G means that the Play
Ooh.
Store came on here. So as you can see, I got the Play Store right there. Like I said in a previous stream, I showed you guys this, but basically all you'd have to do is go to what is it,
Yeah.
McBluna.net.
.net. Yeah.
And this guy recently updated his website too. So these guys are like they got their stuff in line now. You would just go to the do model overview. All the new ones are gonna be right here, where it says 1619 BPD. I got the Z9X Pro. Oops, sorry. I got the Z9X Pro. Firmware download. You're going to scroll all the way down. And you can see this is V1.0.75 beta. So remember, if the beta is going to be slightly less stable than the ones that don't say beta. So this one right here, this one is the latest stable version. And as you can see, this is pretty old. It came out in July of last year. The newest one came out in January of this year. So I usually like to keep up to date with the betas because, like I said, they're pretty reliable, they're pretty stable. But if you care most about stability, get the last stable version. But as you can see, we got the G one right here where it says Google Apps pre-installed. Now, all you would do literally is you would download this, so you can download it. If you click here, it'll download it from Zidoo directly, but all their servers are in China, so it's real slow to download directly from their servers. Um, from my house. So I usually just click on this cloud, and this downloads from Microsoft servers, which are in Washington State. So they're a lot faster. You would do that. It's going to download a zip file, and that zip file is literally, let me find it right here. It's literally just, it'll be Xenon X Pro, Z20 Pro, whatever. And you drag and drop this to a USB drive that's formatted in FAT32. That's another important thing. Format it in FAT32, drag and drop that zip, and then you would go back in here to your Zidoo, plug in that USB drive, wait about, I say give it at least 15 seconds for the Zidoo to detect everything. Go back to quick settings, back to other, back to upgrade, update. Instead of clicking online update, you're going to click USB update. And when that happens, you would, if your USB drive is connected, I went ahead and connected mine. So it's connected. You're going to go to your USB drive. You'll know it's a USB drive because it will have the USB logo. Storage is the Zidoo's internal storage. The little squares that are connected, those are all Samba shares, and the folders are NFS shares. Not important. Go to the USB. You're going to find your zip file right here. I'm not going to do it because I'm not trying to re-upgrade my Zidoo to the same thing because it takes like, I think like 3 minutes. You would just click on here and then it'll go through the process just like if you got it from online. It's the same exact thing. But like I said, um, you only have to do that if you want the latest and greatest, and when you came to online update, it didn't find anything, even though you know there's a newer version. So that's that. And lastly, for me, I wanted to show the like my actual server that's running things behind the scenes. Um, so basically what I do is I bought a computer off Craigslist for $100. It came with like 8 GB of RAM, some some processor from like 3 years ago, but it's powerful enough to be a server, like a NAS, something like that. And then what I did was I installed something called Unraid on it. All Unraid is basically like Windows or Linux or whatever, but it's very, very, very good at um, managing multiple hard drives at once, and it also makes things like making a Plex server, a Jellyfin server, a Samba server, whatever you want. It's very simple in here. So as you can see, this window right here is probably the most complicated thing you'll see in the whole entire thing. And all this is telling you is the different drives that are connected currently. So as you can see, I have two 14 TB drives. I have an SSD that is what's called my cache drive. All that means is when I put files on this server, it goes to an SSD first because my SSD is really fast. And then over time, the server will automatically take the files from that fast SSD and put it on my slower hard drives. So that way I'm always able to get the fastest speeds, but my server can maintain all of that. Now, if we could, oh, were you about to say something?
No, no, I'm just ready.
Oh,
Well, hold up. Let me get to this one. Simon Kim, he said, I have a 5 bay DOS. Is there a hard drive size limit on the Zidoo? If you have a Zidoo internally, I think for you using that DOS, I think you're pretty much good. You can have a 20 TB. But now, if you have a Zidoo that has an internal drive, I think
uh,
that's only capable of 14 TB.
Zidoo says 18.
18.
The newest ones are 18. Yeah,
All right, and the older models are 16.
16. Yep,
All right, so yep. So, but
yep,
I think as long as you got the DOS, I think you're pretty good. Unless you got something off the wall, Simon Kim.
yeah. Because the biggest hard drives I've ever seen publicly available are 20 TB, and
Mm.
I've connected one 20 TB drive to my Zidoo, and it's worked. But Zidoo officially says what 18 for the newest
Yeah.
ones and 16 for the older ones.
All right.
But as you can see, that same share that I accessed and showed you all the stuff is right here, and it tells you exactly how much space is taken up. It tells you I can put this share on multiple hard drives, but all this is very easy to manage. But the one thing that's very cool is if I go over here to apps, you can see in here many volunteers have made these very simple to install apps. So, for example, if I want to do a Plex server, instead of having to download, like if I'm on a Windows computer, instead of having to download an exe and I gotta double click the exe, install it, then I gotta, go to the like Plex.tv and set that up. I can click on one of these someone's made, like this one, click install, and it is very much easy to understand if you take the time to actually read it. So if you go here, it says path/TV. What does that mean? If you go down here, media goes here. Add as many as needed. For example, movies, TV, etc. Now, for the overwhelming majority of Plex servers, you're going to have a TV folder or a folder for TV shows and a folder for movies. All you would do is go here, find your stuff. So here, we'll just put that in there. Do that. You do the same thing for your movies or your TV shows. And then for Plex specifically, you have to go to this certain website and then log into your Plex account, and it'll give you a code. You put that code in here, and once you press apply, literally the entire Plex server will be set up in like, depending on how powerful your server is, the whole thing's set up in like 20 seconds, and you can just log into your Plex account. It shows up. You're good, and all that is um, very simple to understand. It's very easy to access, and all of these things also update from here. So you might be thinking, well, once I put in all this stuff, once I tell it where to go, what happens when Plex bugs me to update it? What happens when Jellyfin wants me to update? What happens when whatever is asking me to update? Literally on here, this little bell will turn yellow, and you click on it and it says Plex needs an update. You click on that notification, it'll ask you, do you want to update? You click yes, and it updates Plex for you. It's so very simple. And this whole thing is running on one computer. And what I have is a Samba share running, which is over here. I have a Windows virtual machine running for gaming, and I could have on this specific server, I've had up to 12 different uh server softwares running. I've had Plex running with a Minecraft server, with a Jellyfin server running, all at the same time, and this computer doesn't even sweat it. And the computer in and of itself isn't even that powerful. Like I said, I bought this off Craigslist for $100. It came with this processor right here, just a regular old Intel processor, something a lot of computers that you would buy at Best Buy, whatever, they'll have it. And then the only thing I upgraded was the RAM because RAM is cheap where I'm at. So it had 8 gigs of RAM. I put 48 in there, specifically just because sometimes I like running all my stuff at once, and RAM in a server is one of the most important things you'll ever run into. So I'll put 48 gigs in there. As you can see, I'm only using about 15 of those, 15 gigs of that RAM, about 30%. Um, and that's about it. Like this one page right here shows you everything that the server's doing, and it's so simple to do things like updates. It's simple to start up a new server. Like I know a lot of people like to watch YouTube and like try out a lot of the new things. Like I remember when Jellyfin was first starting to get big, a lot of people uh were trying to find really easy ways to like make a Jellyfin server. Now we got things like Emby is coming back into popularity. All of that stuff can be so easy to implement on a computer that you buy from almost anywhere, and you just plug it up and you can make it do almost whatever you want. Now, for some things, it requires more work, just like everything. But at least for me, it makes it a lot simpler and a lot easier for me to just log into this computer, check on all my stuff. If I have any issues, it's already dealt with it. If I have any updates, it just alerts me. There's nothing crazy. And I can do all of this from any computer in my home that's connected to Wi Fi, Ethernet, whatever. And all this can be managed from this one place. So, yeah, that's about all I got.
Yep. That's what's up, man. Hey, thanks a lot. Simon Kim, so yeah, so if you got a 5 bay DOS, you should be okay. All
Hmm.
right. We just talking internally on the 16 and the 18. I thought it was 14, but it's 16, 18. But if you got a NAS or a DOS, you will be good to go because it's external. So you should be fine. All right. You should be fine. All right. He said you answered his question. All right. So with that being said, guys, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We've been going almost an hour and 45 minutes. And again, let me go and do this. Let me set up the after party. And I would love for y'all to come in. Let me do this right now. And I'm gonna drop the link and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. And
No,
then we'll
shoot.
go.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I meant to ask, it was a while ago. Did the Best Buys near you stop selling Blu-rays?
Not yet. Not yet, but they already announced it. They said it was gonna be in the first quarter. So
Oh,
next
so
month
that's
should be it.
yeah, next month.
Yep. Yep. Next
Damn,
month should be it.
my Best Buy near me, 'cause I only got one. They started clearing out, and they got everything on sale. I'm talking about like when Gran Turismo first came out, that movie
Uh-huh.
was $10,
Yeah, man.
and I was like, okay, $10, I'll take it. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about the day that movie came out. That's crazy.
Uh, yeah. So definitely. Let me do this. All right. Cause we about to get ready in this bad boy. Give me 5 minutes, guys. But carry that link over there. It's in the chat, and we go from there. But I appreciate y'all because we gonna get ready to get started because I got to get up in the morning. I'm going to see my brother again. And so I would love to see y'all on the show. I will put this link over in DST and Facebook. But if you're not on either one of them, if you're not on the Facebook platform, definitely come over to send me an email and I'll get it to you. All right. Brandon, anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Um, I'll say just keep your options open and watch your content and have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say the same thing, guys. Just enjoy. It's nothing like doing it yourself. I encourage everybody. If you're someone that's you want to learn how to get your library, you want to learn all the devices and everything to use, definitely hit me up. They're on my email scrolling across the bottom. I would love to hear from you. I think I got one late morning tomorrow when I get back. So, or no, I think it's at 12 o'clock or something like that. So if you want to learn how to do it, definitely hit me up and then we'll go from there. I appreciate everybody. Give me 5 minutes, guys, and we can get this party started because I got to go upstairs to get my food and then come back in. Y'all know I got to eat.
Dude,
So
I'll get me some food too.
heck yeah. So 5 minutes, everybody. Just give it. You know what? What is it? It's 9:08. Let's wait to 9:15. Give me the 9:15, and I'm gonna have that bad boy ready to go. All right. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all be safe out there, Superdell. And with our special guest, Brandon, who always showing y'all some love, some tips. Hopefully y'all got it. If not, watch the replay and then we'll go from there. Thanks, everybody. We're out this bad boy. Peace. All right, Brandon, I'll see you over in the studio. All right. Peace out, guys. I forgot how to end the show for a minute.